Welcome to the Video Pro guys, my name is Mark and today we're going to take a look into some budget-friendly microphone options for indoor dialogue. Alright, so for this test it's going to be a pretty basic and straightforward setup. I'm going to use a shotgun microphone on top of the camera, which is the Audio-Technica 875R. It's plugged directly into the Canon XF100 using XLR cable. I'm not using any external preamp or any other device to boost the sound, so it's going to use the internal camera preamp. I'm going to use another microphone on the boom pole here, which is a little bit closer. The camera is about 6 feet away, so the microphone I'm using as a reference is 6 feet from me. The boom pole is actually 12 to 14 inches from my mouth. It's actually right in the sweet spot, which is between 12 and 18 inches usually. This microphone is also plugged directly into the camera, so as I mentioned, there's no external preamp or any other devices. I'm actually shooting in the kitchen because we just moved in. My studio is not ready yet. There's a big window with some traffic outside on my right, which is on your left. And there's the fridge on my left about 10 feet away, which is running. I left it on purpose so you can actually hear it. Alright, so for this test I'm going to compare 9 different microphones. First one will be the Audio-Technica 875R. I happen to have this mic twice, so there's going to be one on top of the camera and I'm going to boom another one here. Audio-Technica AT875R. I'm going to read the back of my Decklink mini monitor box. So get broadcast quality SDI and HDMI video playback and monitoring from your PCIe computer. Decklink Mini Monitor features the highest quality 10-bit video and lets you use large screen TV and video projectors for broadcast monitoring. This should give you a good idea of how the Audio-Technica sounds indoor. Alright, so next on the test is the Audio-Technica AT897. As I mentioned, this one is pretty similar to the Rode NTG2. It has a much lower output. If I check on the meter on the camera, this one has roughly a minus 10 dB signal output compared to the 875R. So let's start the test. Get broadcast quality SDI and HDMI video playback and monitoring from your PCI computer. Decklink Mini Monitor features the highest quality 10-bit video and lets you use large screen TVs and video projectors for broadcast monitoring. So this will actually give you a good idea of how directional the mic is indoor, how much reverb it picks up from an indoor environment, and as I mentioned, is roughly 10 dB lower compared to the 875R. Next microphone on the test is the Takstar CM63. It has a roughly similar output level as the AT897. It peaks at around minus 20, minus 18 dB on the meter. This one is actually quite good for a $60 microphone. Alright, so let's test it. Get broadcast quality SDI and HDMI video playback and monitoring from your PCIe computer. Decklink Mini Monitor features the highest quality 10-bit video and lets you use large screen TVs and video projector for broadcast monitoring. Alright, so the Takstar CM63 microphone, it's originally intended to be an instrument microphone. It's not designed for dialogue capture. But at $60 with a cardioid pattern, I think for indoor dialogue on a budget, this is actually a pretty solid contender. It runs on phantom power. You don't have the option for a battery power solution. But all in all, if you're looking for budget-friendly microphone, this one is actually quite hard to beat. Alright, so next on the list is the Tascam TM-PC1 microphone. This one is a cardioid pattern. It runs on phantom powers only. It has a minus 10 dB pad, a lower cut filter. Because of its cardioid polar pattern, the TM-PC1 tends to pick up more ambience and ambient noises. So for dialogue, this might not be the best. But for Foley recording, live audio capture, if you put that microphone on top of your camera and you're in the middle of a crowd for a live show or whatever, it's gonna pick up pretty much every noise from the crowd. So this is pretty good. Actually, there's a big truck outside and you probably can hear it clearly with that microphone. So it's not the best microphone for indoor dialogue capture, but at $50, this is pretty hard to beat. You can use it for so many purposes, from Foley, live audio recording, even dialogue. If you boom two-person in a conversation, you don't have to be as directional as you would be with a shotgun microphone if you boom a conversation between two persons. You can easily place a microphone between both of them and they will speak one after the other and you will hear both of them clearly. So in a way, this can actually be a good thing to have in your audio bag. It's not my favorite microphone to boom indoor dialogue, but as I mentioned, on so many other levels, you can use that microphone for different purposes. For $50, it's pretty hard to beat. Alright, so the Tascam TM-PC1 microphone. Get broadcast quality SDI and HDMI video playback and monitoring from your PCIe computer. Decklink Mini Monitor features the highest quality 10-bit video and lets you use the large screen TVs and video projector for broadcast monitoring. Alright, so next on the list is the ISK Pearl microphone. It looks just the same as the Tascam TM-PC1 microphone. It's probably just a rebranded version. Same specs, minus 10 dB pad, lower cut filter, cartridge polar pattern. Major difference is that this one is $50, this one is actually $30. So it's $20 off the price of the Tascam. To my ears, the Tascam sounds a little bit better, but there's not a huge difference. So for $20 off the price of the Tascam, this one delivers good results. Just as the TM-PC1 microphone from Tascam, this one is not the best suited for indoor dialogue. It's gonna give pretty good results, but I would probably use it more for Foley or live audio capture in a crowd or something like this. ISK Pearl microphone. Get broadcast quality SDI and HDMI video playback and monitoring from your PCIe computer. Decklink Mini Monitor features the highest quality 10-bit video and lets you use large screen TVs and video projector for broadcast monitoring. At $29, it's a pretty good microphone to consider. This would probably not be my first choice for indoor dialogue, but as it can do a lot more other than dialogue capture, it's a good microphone to consider. So it's $29, it's quite cheap, and to my ears it sounds pretty good. Alright, so next on the list is the ISK Little Gem microphone. It's a $60 microphone. It has 3 interchangeable capsules. It has a cartridge capsule, which is actually on the microphone. It comes with an omnidirectional and an hyper cartridge capsule. For $60, you have a 3-in-1 microphone. It's pretty amazing. It's quite cheap. Personally, I think it sounds really good. The cartridge capsule might not be the best suited for indoor dialogue, but as I mentioned, for $60 you get 3-in-1 microphone, so it's really hard to beat. It's a solid contender, and I would say that usually it's my favorite microphone. It's a go-to option. I use it most of the time with the hyper cartridge capsule because it's a little bit more directional than the cartridge. The ISK Little Gem microphone with the cartridge capsule. Get broadcast quality SDI and HDMI video playback and monitoring from your PCIe computer. Decklink Mini Monitor features the highest quality 10-bit video and lets you use large screen TVs and video projector for broadcast monitoring. Alright, next on the list is still the Little Gem microphone from ISK. You can actually probably hear the truck outside. This one has the omnidirectional capsule on it, so it's probably not the best capsule for indoor dialogue, but as I mentioned earlier, as this one is a 3-in-1 microphone with interchangeable capsules, at $60 it makes it a pretty solid contender. The ISK Little Gem microphone with the omnidirectional capsule. Get broadcast quality SDI and HDMI video playback and monitoring from your PCIe computer. Decklink Mini Monitor features the highest quality 10-bit video and lets you use large screen TVs and video projector for broadcast monitoring. Alright, so the ISK Little Gem microphone with the hypercardioid capsule is probably my favorite microphone of all those 9 microphones. Because of the polar pattern, it doesn't pick up much reverb and ambient noise indoor. For dialogue, it's probably the best to my ears. It sounds really great. It's a $60 microphone. Even if I really like the Audio-Technica microphones, especially the 875R shotgun microphone, it's a $175 one. If I compare it to the ISK Little Gem microphone, which is a $60 microphone, which is actually a 3-in-1 microphone because of the interchangeable set of capsules, if I compare the price, the sound quality, and the versatility of that Little Gem microphone, this one actually wins hand down compared to the Audio-Technica. Even if I really like the audio quality of that 875R shotgun microphone, this one is probably the best of all my collection. So the Little Gem microphone from the company ISK with the set of 3 interchangeable capsules at $60 is probably the best microphone of all my collection. So if I would actually recommend one microphone, even if it's one microphone for all kind of purpose, on a budget you have only a limited budget to buy only one microphone, the ISK Little Gem is probably the one I would recommend. Alright, so the last microphone on the list is the Sony ECM NV1 microphone. I picked up this one on eBay for something around $20–25, so it's probably not the real deal. Even if it has Sony written on it, it's probably a cheap Chinese knockoff. This is not a microphone that I would recommend for indoor dialogue. I don't really like the sound of that microphone, but for $20–25, a shotgun microphone that you can put on top of your camera, if you plan to use it as a reference to sync the audio from an external recorder, this is actually a pretty good solution. It's quite cheap. It doesn't sound that bad, but I wouldn't use it as my primary dialogue microphone. The Sony ECM NV1 shotgun microphone. Get broadcast quality SDI and HDMI video playback and monitoring from your PCIe computer. Decklink Mini Monitor features the highest quality 10-bit video and lets you use large screen TVs and video projector for broadcast monitoring. It's not the best microphone on the list, but for $20–25, if you plan to put it on top of your camera and use the audio from it as a scratch track to sync your external recorder track, this can actually be a quite good microphone for just that. I would not use or rely on that microphone to capture my dialogue indoor or even outdoor, but just as a reference audio track in your camera from that microphone. Even if it's listed as a shotgun microphone, it tends to pick up more ambience and more ambient noises all around the microphone. It's not quite directional. Alright, so back with the Audio-Technica 875R shotgun microphone. I hope this quick demonstration video will help you to choose the best microphone suited for your needs. Personally, my favorite is the ISK Little Gem microphone with the hypercardioid capsule. This is probably the mic that I use most of the time. I would say the second would be the Audio-Technica 875R. $60 mic, $175. Both are really good. If I would actually have to choose only two, it would probably be those two microphones. So I hope you enjoyed that video. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them in the comment section below. If you enjoy it, please like the video, share it with your friends, and see you in the next video, guys. Thanks for watching.